A major oil refinery in southern Russia near the border with Ukraine has been hit by 2 drone strikes. Meanwhile, heavy shelling is continuing around the town of Separatist in the Donbas region, where Russian forces are focusing their attacks. We also have an update on the number of casualties. The UK Ministry of Defence says the pro-Russian breakaway region of Donetsk may have lost up to 55% of its forces in fighting against Ukrainian troops. UK military intelligence says the Donetsk People's Republic had acknowledged that more than 2,100 military personnel had been killed in action and more than 8,800 had been wounded since the start of the year. Our correspondent Joe Inwood in Kiev has the latest.
So this new analysis from the British Ministry of Defence is really quite interesting. They say that the Donetsk People's Republic have lost 55% of the combat forces they started this war with. That's about 11,000 men killed or injured. They also say that that's because they are coming in with substandard equipment very often and poor morale. Now, a lot of the fighting, a lot of those losses have taken place around the Donbas, and that is where it remains the most intense, specifically the city of Severodonetsk, where Ukrainian forces have been pushed back into just one small industrial area, into the Azot factory, but also the city of Lysychansk, which is coming under increasingly heavy artillery barrages. And really that is where Russia has had an advantage throughout this entire conflict. The weight of artillery that it can bring to the fight is just far greater than anything the Ukrainians have at their disposal. But there is hope today for the Ukrainians that that will change. There's been an announcement, it's been confirmed, that high-tech modern artillery pieces, 155mm howitzers, provided by the Germans, are on their way. Their forces have been trained in them in Germany over the last few weeks and months, and now these very high-tech, very expensive guns are getting to the front line. What they hope is that this is going to tip the scales in their favour and give them the possibility to compete in artillery terms with the Russians in an area where really they've been struggling so far.
Joe Inwood reporting from the Ukrainian capital. The Russian authorities say they have changed the official address of the US Embassy building in Moscow, naming it after pro-Kremlin separatists in Ukraine. The Moscow mayor's office said the address would now be 1 Donetsk People's Republic Square, referring to the Russian-controlled breakaway region in eastern Ukraine.